I'm home. Oh, Beatrice, why are you here?
When I finally came back home for the first time since I left, I did know why my mother in law, Beatrice, was there in the living room.
What do you mean, why? What are you saying? This is also my house now, you know.
Huh?
My name is Jennifer. I am 34 years old and I am a housewife. 5 years ago, I married my husband, Kevin. Kevin and I live in an apartment that's about a 10-minute drive from his parents' house, and we don't have any kids yet. I thought that we would have kids as we got married, but after 5 years, haven't had any. My husband wouldn't really say much, but I can feel that he is disappointed in our situation because he loves kids. I wanted to do something about it, so I went to the organ clinic and consulted with a doctor. And under the clinic's instruction through fertility treatment, then a few months later, I finally pregnant. My husband was overjoyed when he found out I was pregnant. I was also very happy that we were able to have a baby. Of course, the birth of our own baby was the main reason for my joy, but there was actually something else. It was about my mother in law, Beatrice. Beatrice has always been bullying me, picking on me ever since Kevin and got married.
Oh, Jennifer, you are really not good at cooking, huh? It's so tasteless that I don't even know if I'm eating since I can't taste anything you cook. I feel sorry for Kevin, who has to cook for Jennifer.
Well, but if it's too salty or too strong, it won't be healthy.
What do you mean by saying that what I've been cooking for Kevin is all bad?
That's not what I meant.
Kevin would always say that everything cooked for him was delicious, and he ate it all. Oh, I can see that Kevin is so lucky to have a wife like you.
This kind of bullying from Beatrice is an everyday occurrence. And what's worse is that she especially bullies me about being able to get pregnant with kids.
When will I be able to see my grandkids, Jennifer? If you can't get pregnant, you're pure useless as a woman, don't you? Then I had Kevin in my first year of marriage with my husband. And you do know that K children, don't you? I really wonder why Kevin married C like you.
I had been mentally tortured by Beat's relentless bullying towards me, and that if I could at least have a balance, would be a little less likely to torment me. So when I found out that I was pregnant, I was happy in the sense that it would relieve some of my stress. Although Beatrice was happy to hear about my pregnancy, her bullying didn't stop.
And I also heard that there are days make Kevin do the house chores.
I'm sorry. I haven't been feeling well during my pregnancy. So that's why Kevin is helping me.
It's wrong for Beatrice to make Kevin do all the household chores because my husband was taking care of me. He was concerned about my health. But my husband is a bit of a mama for some reason. He does not take my front of Beatrice.
Oh, poor you, Kevin, having to work house chores too.
Thank you, Mom. You're the only one who understands it is for me, Mom.
Oh, poor Kevin. For the most part, when I was pregnant, I didn't get sick and stay in bed like you did.
I didn't even have the energy to listen to Beatrice endlessly bullying me. Then I decided that it was indeed time to be with Beatrice and my husband. So we went back to our parents' homes before I was due to give birth. I first spent about 3 months at my house, and I was surprised at how much I could get rid of just by being frugal with Beatrice and Kevin. My mother's cooking, which I had not tasted in a long time, was really delicious, and I enjoyed spending some quiet time there, which was very comfortable. And then our baby, James, was born. He is a very cute boy. Then, after giving birth, I went on our beautiful son to my husband as possible. When I finally came back home for the first time since I left, I did know why my mother-in-law, Beatrice, was there in the living room. I had no idea what Beatrice meant.
What do you mean?
So I've been saying that I live here.
Excuse me?
I really had no clue what Beatrice.
Why are you living here now,
It's because you abandoned Kevin.
What?
You know, people don't usually go back to their hometown just to give birth. They're really sick.
But I was very sick, and it's all because of you, Beatrice.
If you leave Kevin on his own, he'll be fine. So that's why I came in here and be with Kevin, so he won't be alone.
Now that Beatrice mentioned that I then looked around the living, saw Beatrice's personal belongings, various places. Then the front door opened. Apparently, my husband had gone shopping.
Oh, Jennifer, welcome home.
Hey, did you hear that Beatrice just bought this house?
Ah? Oh, yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. While you were back home, Mum came and there was a room available so I could stay with you for a while. I thought it would be easier for Mom wouldn't have to always drive. Yeah, thought it would be a good idea for live with me here.
Well, that was until I finished birth to our baby, right? Now that I'm back with our baby, are you going to go back to your own place?
No. I think she should stay a little, right? It's hard for you to be on your own giving birth, isn't it?
No, I'm actually okay.
Oh, Jennifer, you're really a terrific writer. Are you trying to kick me out?
Oh, is that what you were trying to do? Hey, she's my mum, so you should take care of her.
No. That's not what this is it.
Then my husband got frustrated and get angry.
That's enough. If you hate my idea, then get out and house. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's right. As long as I have my grandchild, there's no use for you to being Kevin's wife. So you better just go back home to parents?
As you can imagine, what Beatrice made me very angry.
Okay, I understand. I'm sick of being pushed around by people, so I'll leave.
Yes, you should do that, but leave James behind.
I beg your pardon. Why would I do that?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? James is my precious grandchild.
My son is my precious child, as I said myself when I gave birth to him.
But he's also my son too. So just leave him to us.
No way.
You really are a selfish, spoiled W.
As Beatrice and Kevin tried to force my son away from me, I rushed out of the apartment and went outside. My husband chased after me, yelling, screamed, and said, "Ah, please, ye." This all happened during the daytime on a weekend, so there were a lot of people around, and people gathered around what was happening. And the people around me began to front of my husband as if they were protecting me. My husband then explained. My husband had no choice but to leave and return home. I thanked the people who had protected me, immediately got a cab to my parents. My parents had just driven me back apartment, so they were surprised to back at their house. But when I explained what had happened, they both got so angry. They even told me to get a divorce right away. I immediately went to the city office and filed the divorce papers and moved out of the apartment where Kevin and Beatrice lived. A few days later, I guess it seems husband received the divorce papers, contacted me.
What's the meaning of this? I don't approve of the divorce.
And why not? You were the one who kicked me out apartment in the first place.
I was just trying to show you that the boss of this family.
Excuse me? Oh, Please don't tell me that you believe in such nonsense as men being better than women.
No, that's not what Mom told me to say.
You do what Beatrice tells you to do, don't you? Mammals, boys like you are a real pain in the ass.
Apparently, my husband got offended comment.
How dare you say that? I'm just trying to take care of Mom. So don't you dare call me a mama.
Then just sign the divorce papers.
Fine.
Then my husband really did sign and the divorce was finalized. I was prepared to fight for custody son after that, but surprisingly, I backed down easily. I did notice, however, that when my son said he didn't want custody, his face looked a little awkward. About a year has passed since then. I wanted to raise my son well as a mother, so after the divorce, I had interviews with every company I could find and worked hard at the one that managed to hire me. I lived back with my parents, so I had my mother take care of James for sure helped me a lot. Watching James grow up day by day was a blessing, and that alone was therapy. I should have made the decision to leave my ex-husband and be happy alone. While I was thinking this, my ex-husband suddenly came over to my parents' house. I hadn't seen my ex-husband in a long time, and he looked really exhausted. As soon as he saw me, he said, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me." As he went down on his knees, let him in for the time being because neighbors were watching us.
What on earth do you want?
Is James here?
He's in the bedroom with my mom.
Will you let me carry him? I've never even carried my own son.
What do you mean? You are the one who gave up custody so easily. So what are you talking about? You're up to something, aren't you? Did Beatrice send you here? I can't let you carry him because I don't want him taken away or something.
No way. I actually really wanted to take Jan with me, but Mom said I should give up on the idea of taking James with us because it would be too much for him. I couldn't go against her because she said it was absolute. But the sadness and pain of not being able to see my own son was getting worse, so stand it and came here.
By the look on my ex-husband's face, it looked like he was lying. My father was also home, so for the being, my father and I blocked the let my son meet Kevin while we both monitored them. My ex-husband was impressed to see me sleeping peacefully.
Oh, he is so adorable.
My ex-husband was holding his son in his arms, with tears streaming down his face. He had never been allowed to see his because of his terrible mother. I felt sorry for him, so I decided him to visit me and my parents. As James at my parents' house for now, as we were all there. Hearing this, my ex-husband thanked him and left. After that, my ex-husband would come once a month to see our son, and even though she was still feeling better and better, but one day, while my ex-husband was visiting, to my surprise, Beatrice had also arrived to our parents' house. My ex-husband was also surprised by the sudden appearance of his own mother.
Mom, why do we have to go to church?
I thought you were sneaking out but I can't believe you came over here to this woman. I used the GPS app I planted in your locate where you were.
We were indeed shocked by Beatrice. How could she go that far to even do?
We're going home now, immediately. You better not see this woman again.
No way.
What did you just say?
I'm sick of being tied up by you, Mum. You never leave my house. So what to tell Dad about this?
Well, that's a good question.
You and Paul have been divorced for time, right?
Hey, how do you even know that?
I heard this from Kevin's little sister, Charlotte. I asked her about your relationship with Paul, since it seemed like you were close with Kevin, and Kevin looked like he was getting tired of keeping you company. So, Charlotte told me something surprising. Kevin, you are not biologically related to Paul. Did you know that?
What?
You're the son of Beatrice and a guy having an affair with. She hid the fact that she was having an affair and got married to Paul.
So Dad got angry after finding out about it and kicked Mom out. That's been with me this whole time, huh? How could you even lie to me about?
Kevin, that's not it. Kevin, I really loved your dad. He loved you more than anyone in the world.
Shut up. To me, Dad, who raised me, is my real. And I want to think that you're hiding these things like that. I never want to see you ever again. I want you to pack up your stuff and of my house right now.
And with that, my ex-husband said, I'm sorry to have bothered you, and left the house. After that, Beatrice was kicked out of Kevin's house, and now she is forced to lead a simple life in a lonely apartment by herself, cut off from her entire family. Being free from Beatrice has made Key little more dignified. That doesn't mean Kevin and I won't still be a family, but I will continue to try to be there for my son. Even if he failed as a husband, I think he should get a chance to be a good father to his son, at least. And I will continue to work hard and son with love and affection. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in our next video.